Hi there, this is my presentation on the Baha'i Faith. The Baha'i Faith is a religion that started in Islamic Persia. Its founder was Baha'u'llah, born Mirza Hussain Ali Nuri, who was an early follower of the Bab faith, an Islamic sect that began in what is now Iran and was violently persecuted, including the martyrdom of its founder, the Bab. Before his execution, the Bab promised that God would send a further messenger, and Baha'u'llah believed himself to be that promised messenger, in fact, the promised Messiah that all world religions were awaiting. This revelation came to him while he was imprisoned in Tehran for his Bab faith. He first announced his divine appointment in 1863, initially causing a rift between himself and the current leadership of the Bab faith. Baha'u'llah went on to write letters to significant world religious and political leaders, explaining his mission as a messenger of God. Baha'u'llah's teachings focused on the oneness of world religions, believing that each of their prophets and founders were pointing the way to God in successive, progressive, and increasingly more advanced chapters of a religion revealed by God himself. In this way, Baha'i followers do not claim an exclusive hold over the truth, but believe that eventually all religions will become one. The conflicting beliefs of each messenger is explained as being relevant to the time and culture they were presented in, or what those people were ready to have revealed to them. Baha'u'llah claimed to be the latest of these messengers, each of which before him had promised another messenger or Messiah would succeed them. Baha'is today do not believe another messenger will come within 1,000 years of Baha'u'llah. At the end of his life, Baha'u'llah was under house arrest in Israel, and upon his death in 1892, the Baha'i faith had spread across 2 continents, Asia and Africa. The Baha'i faith is monotheistic, believing each representation of God is pointing to one ultimate God, who revealed himself in different ways throughout history. This God is a single entity and has no equal. God is ultimately unknowable, and any understanding we have of God is only gained through his messengers, sometimes called manifestations of God. In other words, God does not reveal himself to individuals if they desire a relationship with him. Baha'is look forward to a promised day when all the world will be united in religion, with one world language and political power. Today it's believed that all religions have part of the truth and on that basis should be united. Baha'is believe in the unity and equality of all people, regardless of race, gender, class, or caste. They uphold unity and diversity, believing that eventually we will have total peace and justice on earth. Some of the other core values of the Baha'i faith are harmony between religion and science, free and compulsory education for all, the eradication of poverty and wealth. According to Baha'is, the purpose of life is to know God through prayer, reflection, and service. As such, the Baha'i faith is expressed through prayer, fasting, pilgrimage, attending meetings or study circles, the observance of holy days, and service towards others. Prayers are typically read or recited from prayer books and often read aloud during a Baha'i gathering. Fasting is expected from healthy adult Baha'is sunrise to sunset from the 2nd to the 20th of March. Serving others is one very important way to know God, and Baha'is are known for social and economic development programs, including a large number of schools for women. Additional practices include no alcohol or drugs, no sex outside a heterosexual marriage, no monasticism, religion is to be grounded in daily life, no gambling, no begging or asceticism, and following a Baha'i calendar of 19 months consisting of 19 days each. The most holy writings of the Baha'i faith are written by Baha'u'llah, who was a prolific writer, although there are thousands of other important texts written by Baha'i leaders and administrators who followed after him. 5 of the most sacred texts are the Most Holy Book, which is a book of laws, the Book of Certitude, which is the foundation of a lot of Baha'i doctrine, the Gems of Divine Mysteries, and the 7 and 4 Valleys. After the death of Baha'u'llah's great-grandson, Shoghi Effendi, Baha'i leadership transitioned from one hereditary leader into an elected administrative body of 9 male members. They're elected every 5 years by the members of the national spiritual assemblies around the globe. This still stands today, with leadership based in Israel at the Baha'i World Center, the Universal House of Justice. This pattern of 9 elected leaders is also applied in national, regional, and local assemblies. Baha'i leadership has always been ambitious in its proselytic plans. The 50s and 60s brought huge expansion from the Ottoman Empire to most countries in the world. To date, the Baha'i Faith is listed as the second or third most practiced religion in a growing number of countries, but it's not the dominant religion in any country, including its founding country, Iran, where Baha'i followers are still being heavily persecuted. Numbers of Baha'is are very difficult to certify, with sources ranging from 5 to 8 million followers worldwide. The 2013 New Zealand census did not list the Baha'i Faith as an option under religion, so there is very little information on numbers of Baha'i followers in Aotearoa. It is known that the first Kiwi Baha'i was called Margaret Stevenson, an Onehunga-born woman who converted in 1913. The Baha'i Faith entered the global spotlight after persecution in Iran brought it to media attention in the early 2000s. Celebrity converts such as Barry Crump, Rainn Wilson, and even royalty have additionally provided some media interest. Every year on the 21st of April, the Universal House of Justice delivers a message to Baha'i followers, informing them of progress in the Baha'i global community and telling them what the focus or plan for the following year or years will be. 2016 is the last year of a 5-year plan, which is focused on social action, participating in important global discussions, and conversion through children and youth groups and study groups. For more information about Baha'i religions, visit baha'i.org.nz or universalhouseofjustice.baha'i.org. Thank you.